We got a bit of a late April Fool's joke here in Manitoba because I woke up to more snow. This is all the snow we have left.
We gotta make this long story short. Gotta find a way.
Hi everyone, welcome to My Pink Bathtub. My name is Diane. It's been a little while since I've been on YouTube, only a few weeks, but this is my first episode of April, so I'd like to share with you today everything I've been working on, maybe perhaps where I've been these last couple weeks, and what to look forward to in my next episode, because it's a doozy. If you're new and joining me for the first time, welcome. I live in the center of Canada, in the province of Manitoba, and I am a knitter. I also sell my products at market, and I have to tell you I'm not very good at doing any of my market knitting as of yet, but May is going to be all about that. I just found out I was accepted into my second and final craft market that I applied for 2025 in the fall, so I really need to put a wiggle in it and get going on knitting my products for that. But today is all about the products I have been currently working on. I have a baby shower to attend in around a week and a half, and I'm done most of them. The funny thing about everything I made this month is I had a problem with every single thing I made. I was making silly mistakes or not understanding the patterns. So we'll walk you through each one of these. But as you can see, I am back sitting in my living room because Hubs finished our bathroom. I just want to share with you quickly the before and after of our bathroom vanity. Now, upon inspection, this looks totally fine. This was the before. However, it was an incredibly low cabinet. I even had to bend over to wash my hands, and Hubs is 6'4". We did need to replace the faucet on this cabinet. As well, they had a heating vent at the bottom of the cabinet that was underneath that they just cut a hole into the cabinet. So that was always a little sketchy as well. So I thought, well, how hard can it possibly be? Well, it took us quite a while to do everything, but here is the final result. We have a higher cabinet on legs with a heat diverter underneath it. It looks great. Hubs did a great job. I just keep going into the bathroom and staring at it. Now, of course, I want to do everything in our house. I want to paint out this yellow color in our living room, which was the color that we had when we moved in. It's a very tall ceiling. I'm thinking let's put beams on the top of the ceiling, faux beams. And Hubs's response is that I need to stop watching home reno shows. We've been here for 8 years, and it's time to do a little bit of a refresh around here. I have been sick the last few weeks. Kind of odd thing, but I definitely feel a lot better. I'm still waiting to get an ultrasound in my abdomen just to make sure that everything's okay. I have a very thorough doctor. But a couple weekends ago, the first Saturday of April, Hubs had to take me to the emergency room because I was in severe, severe pain on the left side of my abdomen. And we ended up going to a small country hospital around 20 minutes from our house. We live outside of the city of Winnipeg. We were in and out of there, including our pharmacy visit, within less than 2 hours. And then I did a follow-up a week later with my doctor because the antibiotics didn't really seem to stop the pain. And she did more tests, and now we're waiting for an ultrasound. But I am starting to finally feel better. Hopefully it's nothing severe or something to be super worried about. My friend Jude says, you can't do anything easy. You always have to do everything challenging and hard. And it's true. When I get sick, I get really sick. So that's kind of where I've been. I mean, there was a couple days where I didn't even knit. That's how bad I felt. I tended to get my mojo back relatively quickly, even with not feeling the best. And I finished some of the patterns that I shared with you that I was going to work on last episode. Going to a baby shower at the end of this month. The first thing I finished, and it was a great stash buster, was this pattern by Purl Soho, the baby chevron pattern. I ended up using 8 colors. This was done with an acrylic 4-weight yarn that you held together, so it was very thick. I did have a bit of a problem with this at the end. At the end, this was the cast on row. At the end, I could not, for the life of me, figure out what they meant about how to cast off this chevron pattern. This is what it ends up looking like. Not too bad, but if you were to do a general cast off along the whole thing, it would just be a straight line, and you wanted it to be a little bit curvy, kind of like the pattern. I could not understand the instructions for this bind off. I'm going to put it up here. It is a free pattern, so I'm putting up here what the instructions were. I messaged Alice, my friend Alice, Sox-a-Long Alice, she does more advanced stuff than I do when it comes to knitting, and she thought it was very confusing. I thought maybe because I just wasn't feeling well, I didn't understand it. I then went to the Purl Soho website and looked at the comments under this pattern, and a couple people left comments that they didn't understand the bind off either. I'm an advanced knitter. I don't understand what this bind off is. Do you have a tutorial? There was no tutorial. I then went to Ravelry and checked out the Ravelry page for this pattern. And I also looked at the comments there. And again, there was a few people that said, I don't get this bind off. Like, I don't understand it. I finally went to YouTube, good old YouTube, and I just searched how to bind off a chevron pattern and found a video, which I'm going to link below, which was very helpful. So essentially, after all of that, not understanding the bind off and reading it several times, looking for an answer, I ended up basically casting off or binding off in pattern. But when it came to the knit front back portion, you know how you have 2 stitches on your right hand needle and you always pull 1 stitch over the last stitch? That's how you're binding off along your way. Well, in the event of where it was knit front and back, you're going to have 3 stitches and you pull it off on both of the needles. I know I'm not explaining this very well, but if you're ever doing a chevron blanket in knitting, I've linked the video that helped me below. And so this is number 1. Now, when I measured it, it didn't exactly come to the measuring of the recommended size, but I think it'll be big enough for a baby. It's very thick. She could put it at the bottom of the crib, or she could put it down on the floor for tummy time. I really love the colors. And that is my first finished object. The second pattern is I wanted to use the same colors in this blanket. And this was a free pattern that I got years ago from Mary Maxim. I had linked it below in my previous episode, and I recently had a comment that the link wasn't working. So I went back and looked, and it's no longer on the Canadian website. I did find it on the US website for sale. It used to be a free pattern, so my apologies. I will go back and look and see if maybe they've updated it now on the Canadian website, but you can buy it on the US site. This basically is a little hole in the center. You put it on, then you strap the car seat belt through it, and super cute. So I replicated the colors and I did it. I just broke it up every so many rows and I wanted it to matchy match, and it did, and it turned out really cute. I still need to launder both of these. I'm probably just going to put it in a wicker basket for her, but she can always use a wicker basket. I've got plenty of them. And the third thing I've been working on for this project is the Rialto baby hat. It is a free pattern. I have it linked below. I first saw it when Amanda was knitting it through Sweet Skein of Mine. She had it on her Instagram. It seems really big. I'm not sure. I didn't do the newborn size, but this is also a thicker yarn than what it calls for. I believe the pattern calls for a DK weight, and this is a worsted weight, but this is what I have. Doesn't it look big? It's the second largest size. I'm wondering if I should pull it out and do the newborn size. It looks giant. So I'm probably going to redo this, but again, it's with the same colors. I mean, kids' heads some kids have giant heads. The baby's getting born in June. I figured next winter, that's like the baby would be 6 months old. Should I leave it? Should I leave it just for a future hat? I am at the part where I'm closing up the crown, or do you think I should redo it? I've got a week and a half, so I have time to finish it. But I'm just loving these colors together, and I just thought it was so cute to have like a whole set with the same colors. So what do you think? Do you think I should maybe go down a needle size in this hat, or maybe I should just do the newborn size? This size I cast it on 72 stitches. So this is a bit of a debacle as well. And as for the debacle in the car seat blanket, I had to kind of do some trial and error in fitting in all 8 colors, and I ended up doing 2 repeats of the pattern to make it work out. And also the fact that it was no longer free is a bit of a shame as well. So that's my baby knitting for now. I hope to do a happy scrappy teddy bear. I have not yet started it, but I think I'll get that done. I think I'll probably start that today. I really just wanted to get on here and get a video out. The other things we've been working on in the house that's non-related is we did another puzzle. Well, actually, Hubs did probably 90% of the puzzle because I just couldn't sit at the table and do it. I just was not feeling good. So here's the latest puzzle that we finished. It was a Cobble Hill one. I didn't really like it. I found it very hard, very, very hard because of the shapes of the pieces. It was very, very difficult. He did it. But I wanted to share with you a very cute idea I found if you're into puzzles or if you have a friend who likes puzzles on Amazon. And I recently sent one out as a little wee gift to a friend. They have these mini puzzles that are greeting card puzzles. And it's from Gallison. I found it on the Amazon Canadian website, so I'm sure they're on the American one as well. If you just type in Gallison puzzle card, you'll find them. So I already bought another one for a Christmas card for a future gift. Now it comes with the envelope and a little sticker you put in it. You basically can write a little note on the back of the puzzle, like you could say Merry Christmas or something with your name, and then when they put it together they'll have a little secret note on the back of it as well. You just break up the pieces and then you put it in the envelope, and it just goes in Canada it just goes through as an oversized letter mail, so it's $2 and something to mail it. Just a fun, unique idea. They have birthday cards, Easter, Christmas, all kinds of things. I thought it was such a cute idea, and I'm looking forward to gifting more of them in the future. Hey, I am not affiliated with any of this stuff that I share with you. It's just fun stuff that I find. And Another thing I've been working on is my sock of the month with my friend Alice from Sox-a-Long Alice. We are doing a year-long Sox-a-Long where every month we have a Ravelry group. People can submit their photos. We do a video and we draw one winner for a pattern prize and one winner for a physical prize, which is usually some yarn and some goodies to go with it. And I have completed my socks. I pulled the yarn that was from Lockbriar Knits from Kelly. I don't have a photo anywhere of the original color of the yarn. The colorway was called Hope Springs, and she did say she's going to be dyeing up more of it. And it was an MCN base. So it was a merino cashmere nylon base. And it was a dream and a half to work with. Now, I did a basic sock. I always use the vanilla sock pattern from the Crazy Sock Lady using DPNs, and here is what it looks like. It is so soft, and I decided to pull a color for the heel and for the toe. The leg I did was, I believe, 50 rows. The original pattern calls for 60. I've done it in 40 and this one was 50, and I did a 2x2 ribbing in the cuff with 1 row of purl before you get to the leg. It's a heel gusset. And I thought for fun I would change the location of the heel and the toe. So these are my 2 socks. I forgot to mention my debacle with my socks because there was a problem with every single thing I made this time. So when I was making my socks, I made my first sock. I thought, okay, great, we're going to do the second one. And the second one, I'm going to change the heel and the toe up just to make it fun. Well, as I was doing the second one, this was my first one. As I was doing the second one and I was getting ready to decrease the toe, I realized that I overshot the size of my foot and I did an extra 10 rows, which was bizarre. So I'm glad I caught it before I started the toe, and so I ripped it back and I finished the toe. And as I looked at the second toe, I looked at the first toe and I realized for some reason I had decreased more than I needed to for the toe, and the toe was super pointy. It said to decrease down to 8 stitches per needle. Basically, I decreased double of what I needed to decrease for the toe. Oh, this looks weird now that I finished my second sock and I had to pull my toe back of my other sock and make that. So anyway, it worked out in the end, but another gong show. I guess when you're not feeling great, you don't really pay attention to the details. I don't know if this is weird looking that the toe and the heel are different, but I just thought it was kind of fun. I liked both colors equally, and I was worried I wasn't going to have enough of the yellow. I actually did this one first. I was worried I didn't think I was going to have enough of the yellow to do both socks in the heel and toe, so I just thought I would change it up. And of course, I did my obligatory mini sweater. Now, I finally found on Etsy yesterday some more of these little hangers. My hangers are only 6 centimeters across. I found some 7.5 centimeter ones, so I'm going to give that a try, and they were not too bad of a price. It's coming from Taiwan, I believe. But I did order some originally on Amazon earlier this month. And they were 10 centimeters and they just seemed way too big. Like they were way too big. So I just returned them and I found these other ones on Etsy. I do want to put these in my market this year and sell them as cute little ornaments for the Christmas tree. I found a little Christmas tree in the basement, like just a small one that I'm going to set up and put a few on. And then I have to kind of find some sort of a little prop that I can hang them on to make them look really cute for market season. My foot fell asleep. Oh my gosh, it's like wood right now. Another job that I am working on for my markets this week is I am going to be packaging up all of these toddler mitten clips and then doing an inventory to see how much I have. I think I should be good for this year. I have another pack coming. I buy these in bulk from Amazon. You can get 18 clips. I usually get them on sale for like $16.99 is probably a good price. They go up to as high as $21, $22. Way cheaper than if you just go buy them by themselves, but this is another big project that I need to work on and get ready for market. Remember this book I bought? This Victorian Housecats to Knit book? Well, I have another small project that I'm going to try and do for my market knits. There is a mini little cat project in here. It's called the Tiny Window Cat. And you make them relatively small. You can use, they're 3 inches high. I have a whole bunch of this Patton's Classic wool, superwash wool. It is a 3-weight yarn. And I thought it would be cute to try and make some mini cats. You know, I have it in orange and yellow and gray, and then this kind of different color brown one. And I thought it would be another cute little tiny option on my market table. And then I bought these little on Amazon, these little keychain clips. There is a little lobster opening, lobster clasp. So I thought it would be really cute to try and make some keychains with cats on them and see what they look like. Didn't get around to getting one done before I saw you, so hopefully soon I can share those with you as well. I just thought they would be really cute to try. And the last thing that I have been working on is every month I add 2 colors to my Anthology throw. Anthology throw is a circular blanket pattern which is intended to use minis. It is by Helen Stewart. It is a paid pattern on Ravelry and I'll link it below. In December, I opened a 24-day mini pack from Aberdeen's Wool, the Tangled Poets Holiday Box. Here's a photo of the colors all strung up, but I decided to start on day 24 and work my way backwards. So I have completed my 2 colors of my blanket, and it's kind of hard to show you. I have it on a 50-inch cord. It was the longest cord I could find for my collage square needles, interchangeable needles. So here is where we're at with this. 30% done. Isn't it pretty? And I did just cast on the first color for May. Really easy knit in the evening when you're watching TV. There's like 2 rows that you kind of have to pay attention to where you're making the yarn overs, but other than that, it's just a simple knit and it's slowly growing, and it's my year-long blanket project. So next week, we're going to talk about how I fell off my yarn diet. I've been so good. It's been 3 months. And then it all went to heck. It really did. I think the fact that I wasn't feeling well and I wasn't knitting and I was laying around created a huge amount of boredom for me. And I started looking at stuff online again. I was so good for so long. But you know, life is too short to withhold pleasure from oneself. The music that I have put in this video at the beginning and at the end of this episode is another song that my husband produced in his music studio with the artist Timothy J. Butler. I believe Jeff has done the drums and background vocals for this track. Anyway, I'm really enjoying their music. I'm a little biased. It's kind of like thinking your baby's the prettiest baby. Like, how can you not be biased, you know? Anyways, I'm going to leave you with the rest of this song. Please let me know what you think about this baby hat. Is it too... I mean, it won't fit me. Kids have big heads. Kids can have really big heads. Like, is it too big? Do you think I should go down? Maybe I should do the newborn size with the worsted weight yarn. It's so hard. Like, it's not too hard to redo it. I mean, I did this last night. So please let me know what you think, and maybe I'll start the teddy bear in the meantime while I wait for some responses. That's it for today. I hope everyone is doing well. Currently no snow, but we might get snow again tomorrow because it's Manitoba and it's April and nobody can make up their mind. If you are Canadian, please go out and vote. It's important. And until next time, my friends, be well and bye for now.
I'll find a way.